everyone, and welcome back to Conspiraseed. Today we're going to be talking about the time the US government allegedly went to war with aliens, or perhaps their own shadows, the Battle of Los Angeles. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. Remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's get into it. The Battle of Los Angeles took place against the backdrop of World War II, a global conflict that engulfed nations and profoundly impacted societies worldwide. Following the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th of 1941 by the Japanese, the United States entered the war, aligning itself with the Allied powers. In the wake of the attack on Pearl Harbor, there was a heightened sense of vulnerability and fear among Americans, particularly among the Pacific coast. The Japanese military had demonstrated its capability to strike the United States on its own soil, and this raised concerns of further attacks or a potential invasion. This fear of an imminent assault gripped the nation, prompted the government to implement strict security measures and also heightened military readiness. In addition to actual military threats, there was also a pervasive fear of espionage and sabotage. The possibility of enemy agents infiltrating American soil and carrying out acts of sabotage was a constant concern. The climate of suspicion led to increased vigilance among the public and authorities, as well as a readiness to respond swiftly to any perceived threat. The combination of the fear of invasion, the constant reminders of the war's impact, and the atmosphere of suspicion created a tense environment that set the stage for the events of the Battle of Los Angeles. The historical context of World War II and the prevailing atmosphere of anxiety and suspicion provide actually a crucial background to understanding the reactions and responses of both the military and the civilian population during the Battle of Los Angeles. It highlights the mindset of the time and the deep-seated fear of potential enemy attacks, making it crucial to consider these factors when examining the incident and its subsequent impact on the collective memory of the American people. The events of the Battle of Los Angeles began on the late hours of February 24th, 1942, when radar operators and observers detected unidentified objects in the skies above Los Angeles. These reports immediately sparked alarm, triggering air raid sirens throughout the city and prompting a swift response from the military. Eyewitnesses on the ground also reported seeing unusual lights and moving objects across the sky. Some described the objects as glowing, hovering, or moving in a non-conventional manner. The combination of radar blips and visual sightings heightened the sense of urgency of the perceived threat. In response to the reports of the unidentified aircraft, air raid precautions were quickly implemented. The military and civilian authorities activated defense measures, including blackout procedures to minimize the visibility of potential targets, and the mobilization of anti-aircraft artillery. Air raid wardens patrolled the streets, enforcing blackout regulations and ensuring that no light sources were visible from above. Civil defense units were activated, and emergency services were put on high alert, ready to respond to any potential attack. To defend against the perceived threat, anti-aircraft batteries were swiftly deployed and positioned throughout the Los Angeles area. These consisted of 3-inch and 37mm anti-aircraft guns manned by trained personnel. As the reports of unidentified aircraft persisted and the air raid sirens blared, the anti-aircraft batteries prepared for engagement. The gun crews loaded their weapons, targeted the unidentified objects in the sky, ready to unleash a barrage of anti-aircraft fire. The response to the reports of unidentified aircraft culminated in a dramatic and intense anti-aircraft artillery barrage. The anti-aircraft units unleashed a storm of bullets and projectiles into the night sky, creating a relentless barrage that lasted for over an hour. The sky above Los Angeles became a chaotic scene of exploding shells, tracer rounds, and flak bursts. The deafening noise of gunfire reverberated through the city, adding to the sense of urgency and fear. The projectiles streaked across the sky, leaving trails of smoke and illuminating the darkness with bursts of light. Despite the intensity of the anti-aircraft barrage, there was no confirmed reports of enemy aircraft being hit or shot down. The unidentified objects seemed impervious to the onslaught of firepower. The projectiles exploded harmlessly in the air or fell to the ground without causing any significant damage. The lack of visible targets and the absence of any wreckage or remains further added to the confusion and mystery surrounded by the incident. The military's inability to successfully engage the perceived threat raised questions about the nature and origin of the objects. Eventually, the anti-aircraft barrage subsided as the reports of unidentified aircraft ceased. The all-clear was given and the air raid precautions were lifted. The incident came to a close, leaving behind a city on edge and a population seeking answers to the perplexing events of that night. In the immediate aftermath of the Battle of Los Angeles, the US military and government officials provided an explanation for the incident. The initial official statement attributed the chaos and the anti-aircraft barrage to a false alarm caused by war nerves and heightened anxiety. society. It was suggested that the reports of unidentified aircraft were the result of misconceptions and overreactions in a time of great tension and uncertainty. This explanation aimed to reassure the public and alleviate concerns by downplaying the significance of the event. It portrayed the incident as a collective response driven by the prevailing wartime atmosphere rather than an actual enemy attack. The government sought to restore a sense of calm and restore public confidence in the defense measures put in place. However, in the days following the incident, the government revised its initial explanation, introducing new elements to account for reports of unidentified aircraft and the intense aircraft barrage. These revised explanations incorporated elements of meteorological phenomena and the possibility of Japanese aircraft engaged in psychological warfare. Do you want to hear a real conspiracy? Roughly 50% of all my viewers are not subscribed. That's 50% of people, that's half of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button today. One of the revised explanations suggested that the presence of atmospheric conditions, such as temperature inversions, could have caused radar anomalies and misinterpretation of the radar blips. Temperature inversions occur when a layer of warm air is trapped above cooler air, causing radar signals to bounce off the inversion layer and create false targets. These false targets may have been misinterpreted as enemy aircraft. Additionally, unusual cloud formations and atmospheric disturbances were proposed as potential factors that could have been contributed to the sightings of unidentified objects in the sky. Optical illusions caused by the searchlights and the anti-aircraft fire interacting with clouds or atmospheric conditions may have further fueled the perception of aerial activity. Another revised explanation suggested that the incident may have been a result of Japanese aircraft released from submarines engaging in psychological warfare tactics. According to this theory, Japanese planes were launched from submarines and used to sow fear and confusion among the American population. It's believed that these planes flew at high altitudes to avoid detection and dropped flares or other devices to create the appearance of an imminent attack. The notion of psychological warfare was supported by claims of witnesses who reported seeing objects that emitted flares or glowing material. Proponents of this theory argue that the purpose of such tactics was to demoralize the American public and divert resources from more strategic military targets. Despite the official explanations put forth by the government, the Battle of Los Angeles has remained a subject of controversy and speculation. Skeptics and theorists have presented various hypotheses to challenge the official accounts. Some of these alternate theories are the following. A popular alternative theory suggests that the unidentified objects observed during the incident were actually extraterrestrial spacecraft. According to this theory, the government covered up the true nature of the event to avoid widespread panic and to maintain secrecy regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life. Another theory proposes that the government concealed evidence of an actual enemy attack or unconventional military experiment. It suggests that the revised explanations were merely smokescreens to divert attention from a more significant event or the testing of advanced military technology. These alternative theories have gained traction among those who remain skeptical of the official explanations. They tap into a broader fascination with unidentified flying objects and government secrecy, adding an air of intrigue and mystery to the already mysterious Battle of Los Angeles. Since the Battle of Los Angeles, numerous individuals, researchers, and organizations have dedicated themselves to uncovering what they call the truth behind the incident. The search for truth has involved investigations into official documents, interviews and eyewitnesses, analysis of photos and videos, and the examination of radar records. Many researchers have turned to the Freedom of Information Act to obtain access to government documents related to the Battle of Los Angeles. These requests aim to shed light on classified information and communication that may provide insights into the incident. While some documents have been released, others remain classified or heavily redacted, fueling speculation and raising questions as to what might be hidden. Eyewitness testimonies have played a crucial role in the search for truth regarding the Battle of Los Angeles. Researchers have conducted interviews with individuals who claim to have witnessed the events firsthand. These testimonies offer varying accounts, adding to the complexity of the investigation. Some witnesses have described seeing unconventional aircraft or objects, while others have reported experiencing the intensity of the anti-aircraft barrage but saw no actual targets. Photos and videos captured during the Battle of Los Angeles have been subject to intense scrutiny and analysis. Researchers have examined the visual materials to identify any anomalies or evidence that may support or refute the official explanations. Some photos show elongated streaks in the sky, which have been interpreted as evidence of anti-aircraft fire or the presence of unidentified objects. However, the quality and clarity of these images have often been questioned, making it challenging to draw definitive conclusions. Radar records from the night of the incident have been examined in an attempt to understand the nature of the unidentified objects. Researchers have analyzed radar blips, patterns, and anomalies to determine whether they could be attributed to atmospheric conditions, technological malfunctions, or actual aircraft. The technical analysis of radar data offers insights into the possibilities and limitations of radar technology during the time. However, interpreting the radar records requires expertise and careful consideration of the prevailing conditions and technical capabilities of the era. Despite the extensive efforts to uncover the truth, the Battle of Los Angeles remains shrouded in mystery and debates and unresolved questions. The conflicting accounts, limited evidence, and the passage of time have made it a challenge to arrive at a definitive explanation regardless of what you believe. The search for truth continues to be fueled by the enduring fascination with the incident and the desire to understand what truly happened that night. It's kind of a reminder that the pursuit of truth requires a careful balance between skepticism and curiosity, as well as a willingness to explore multiple perspectives and interpretations, which I think doesn't happen enough today. I think people are just like, this is what happened, and I believe this is what happened, and so it's right. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I see people online arguing all the time about just the stupidest little thing, and they're just like, this is what happened and I'm right. They don't even try to look at other people's perspectives, and it's just, you gotta have an open mind, man. You gotta have an open mind. Now, the search for truth for the Battle of Los Angeles is an ongoing endeavor that involves the examination of various sources, including official records, eyewitness testimonies, visual evidence, and technical analysis. The efforts of researchers, historians, and enthusiasts contribute to a deeper understanding of the incident and the historical context in which it occurred. While definitive answers currently remain elusive, the search for truth continues to inspire curiosity and drive the exploration of this crazy, weird, mysterious event in history. What do you think happened at the Battle of Los Angeles? I personally am a fan of the alien theory, especially with eyewitnesses saying that they saw unidentified flying objects. Could be aliens. We know that governments work with aliens. Based on this video here, we know that governments work with aliens. So, is it possible this is when first contact with aliens happened? Who knows? What do you think happened? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. It really does mean a lot. I'll catch you guys in the next one.